Hey guys, I'm going to be joining OSW today, overanalyzing Landing at Point Rain. For those of you who don't know, my name is HammerKids, and I overanalyze The Legend of Korra on my own channel. OSW and I have known each other for a while, before either of us hit 100 subs actually, so I'm pretty excited to finally join for an episode. If you want to check my series out, it should be linked down below in every episode. I always start watching these episodes feeling happy thanks to these random inspirational quotes that tie into the episode somehow. Like this one says, "Believe in yourself or no one else will," and the Jedi and clones have to persevere through a massive battle in this episode which they almost lose.
Kind of like the entire war, huh?
Counterattack!
Counterattack. Pay attention, this will be on the test.
I gotta say though, that was nice getting all that Season 1 love just now via flashback.
Separatist leader Pogo the Lesser creates thousands of terrible new weapons.
I love how Yularen says terrible new weapons and we're shown a bunch of standard B1 battle droids. They aren't really that terrible or new. These tanks might be though. There are 14 cruisers coming to take over Geonosis. That is massive, god damn. I'm pretty sure these ships are very similar to aircraft carriers in our universe. That's an insane amount of firepower already displayed in the first minute. Alright, who pissed off the Americans?
It's penisy looking ice cream cone, genocidal head, Mundi.
I cannot believe we're back here again.
It feels like just yesterday it was good old episode 2.
The resistance from the native Geonosians was stronger than we anticipated.
You know what I just realized? You know who else Kieta Mundi's voice actor does? King Katuko and the Chairman Cho guy. Hang on, let me see. Who else? Hell yeah, nice. Oh wait, who is this? Silman? Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll get to that too.
Ahsoka and Anakin are motioning and gesturing as they're talking to each other back here. That's pretty neat. Usually we just see them walking up to whoever is currently in focus, but here they're actually moving in the background.
It reminds me of that one clone in Storm over Ryloth who was just randomly in the background yelling at people to go do shit, and then they actually just got up and did it. Another random little blink and you'll miss it detail is this clone over here to the left is just standing around and then randomly gets that dirt off his shoulder real quick before standing back at attention. Although you have this other guy standing here, and then after they pass him, his left arm just kind of goes all loosey-goosey, and he just starts doing these weird robotic head animations for some reason. Are we sure this guy isn't a commando droid? I'd say check his fingers, but, you know.
You're late. Sorry, Master. Ahsoka and I were busy routing the Seppies near Doran.
Doran, if I'm not mistaken, is the homeworld for the Keldor, right? Blows bros?
My squadron alone had 55 kills.
But mine had 76.
Show off.
It's always fun to see these two genuinely be friends.
Well, I'm glad you two are enjoying yourselves.
It's just a little friendly competition, Master.
What I worry about is the way this war seems to be drawing out with no end in sight.
What's a bit interesting to me is that Obi-Wan's tone to his Padawan and Anakin's tone to his Padawan are different.
Yeah, he is kind of a major buzzkill, isn't he?
Obi-Wan speaks more like a stern mentor to Anakin, while Anakin speaks like a friend to Ahsoka. It's not the first time it happens either.
It is crucial our invasion of Geonosis meets with success.
Ahsoka, contact the Outer Rim Command.
They're already waiting for us.
I'm not sure why, but Ahsoka looks a bit weird in this specific shot. Maybe the motion capture bugged out a little bit? I don't know.
You know what else is a little weird? Why is Luminara's hologram down here at the floor level with them, but Mace, Palps, and Yoda are all up here? Not to mention the fact that Yoda is literally thigh high from these guys. What the hell? And you're gonna sit here and tell me Palpatine couldn't have bent over for the Dugs if they had an appropriate sized base? Okay, I guess it makes sense that they put Yoda up here. They probably thought about the fact that he wouldn't be able to see the map if he was all the way down here. And it would have looked weird to have everyone stand around on the floor except have Yoda float up all the way up here. And I guess Luminara is down here because she's part of the mission?
We're ready to begin our campaign against the Geonosians.
And what about Pablo?
It seems he's holed up at the primary droid foundry here. Anakin, Kiadi, and I shall attempt a three-pronged attack. We shall knock out the shield generator.
Isn't it risky committing 3 generals to one area of the attack? We could be dealt a serious blow.
You probably want that to happen, you fucking backstabbing bitch.
May the Force be with you.
How many times does the show make use of this specific shot where the hologram fades out and the camera pans down slightly and the doors open, revealing the next people that need to be talked to? I've definitely seen it at least 15 times.
Cody, these are the coordinates for the rendezvous.
Yes, sir.
Cody and Rex are like my 2 favorite clones of all time. I know I'm not alone in that camp, but whatever. When I was younger, my best friend and I would binge watch the Clone Wars, and these 2 clones were our favorite. Seeing them on screen always makes me happy because they're a big piece of my childhood.
When we hit the ground, we'll create a perimeter there. Getting past the defenses here.
This dotted line that displays the defensive fortifications doesn't move at all, but the rest of the hologram does, which looks weird if you pay attention to it.
We'll meet at the rendezvous point at 0700 exact.
Exactly.
It feels wrong to have time mentioned that way in Star Wars, and not in rotations or something.
If we meet with strong resistance and are forced down away from the landing zone, hold out until we join our forces before attacking the shield generator.
Could that possibly be foreshadowing? I think it is.
Look at that giant wall with all the gun emplacements. That won't be easy to get past.
What gun placements? What are you looking at? It's just a solid color.
But see, if you look closely here, you can just barely see them in the back.
We're not going anywhere near that.
What happened to all the enthusiasm I saw earlier?
You just make sure you get yourself to that landing zone in one piece.
I shall be waiting for you when you finally arrive.
I mentioned earlier that the way Obi-Wan talks to Anakin is like a stern mentor. I'm gonna correct myself. He talks to Anakin like a father or an older brother. He picks on him for being late and whatnot, but he can still exchange light, friendly jabs with him.
Gentlemen, if you are quite finished, we have a battle to begin.
Cody, prep the gunships.
This would be identical in universe anyway, but we were already in this kind of hangar back in Storm over Ryloth, and others, I guess. But these blonde guys running around made me think of it. Got the classic yellow gonk droids over here, but it looks like they cleaned up all their shit back here and got those boxes out of the way.
No, sir. I wasn't involved in the first assault on Geonosis.
Well, you didn't miss much. I was chained to a pole and attacked by several humongous monsters.
Sounds entertaining.
It was, for the Genosians.
Hey, and us.
Are all these black dots around the screen smoke? Fighters? Maybe dropships? They look like black fuzzy dots to me, and the camera's really shaky, so I can't tell.
I think they're just shots going off. I don't know what they're hitting, though. Speaking of black fuzzy dots, we see some really cool explosion animations in this episode. The impacts just really hit you different compared to some of the other ones we've gotten in Season 1.
We all ready, Rex?
Hang on! It's our girl Lucky Leku back here. I forgot all about the sick nose art in this episode.
General Kenobi's already underway.
Well, he's got a head start. We'll have to catch up.
Good luck, General.
There is no such thing as luck.
Oh, come on, quit with your philosophical bullshit and just say thank you. You might die in this.
I love this one. This one's called Separatist Nightmare, and like the Lucky Leku, just says their titles on it. I can easily see now that it says Separatist Nightmare. Thanks a lot for this random-ass talent, guys. God, there's got to be like every gunship art they have out here. I can't really tell what this one is right up here, but this one looks like a Rishi eel from the infamous Rishi Station. I couldn't actually find anything trying to look it up though, but this has to be a Rishi eel, right? Oh look, it even looks like it's coming out of one of the holes. That's really cool.
Good thing those bugs can't aim.
There's a clone hanging on for dear life here. That's cool. Well, not cool that he died, but good attention to detail.
I know, man. Jesus, I feel like I got incinerated just watching that. You can see a few of these clones just get launched out of here too, and your boy hanging on for dear life. I gotta say, I really dig the whole purple missile vibe. Why the Geonosians gotta be killing it like that? These ships are sick too. Yeah, come to think of it, I can't think of a single other weapon that shoots purple. Besides that cool spin dude from the Mandalorian. I mean the Book of Boba Fett. You know, I don't mean to be that guy here, but I don't think that's the way helmets work from the bottom.
When Anakin's ship goes down, the shot inside the ship is so shaky I can't see a damn thing. And once the shot is outside the ship again, then it's still. Pretty cool.
It really does help sell the crash landing vibe.
We're down! Repeat, down!
Come on! Get up! We have to keep moving!
This is basically why this episode is my favorite Clone Wars episode. It's just so fucking chaotic. There's Genosians dropping down on top of the incoming force, a lot of the dropships are taken out, including Anakin's force, and the battle becomes a giant land battle. I don't think a lot of soldiers on either side walk away from this fight. It's cool to me how this battle feels massive from the viewer's perspective just by how chaotic it is.
Jesus, if you slow this down right here, you can see Anakin cut this guy's chest off his entire body, and it's still glowing hot as it falls, and then he proceeds to decapitate this guy just seconds before he got that shot off. Man, I always joke and say, can you imagine if the Separatists were just an army of men? But shit, just seeing it like this, out in the open like that, split second or not, it feels worse. Even if these guys are just bugs, basically. We'll get to that later.
They're falling back! Come on!
Get the tanks on the ground, now!
Cody, come in! Get the tanks down!
Begin landing sequence. Copy that, Commander. Have fun down there.
God, I love the clones.
Dude, that's totally a Rishi eel. I didn't realize Obi-Wan was riding in that one. Okay, wait, he's in the Bad Kitty one. This thing's got a Nexu on it and says Bad Kitty, and apparently that's what ILM called it while making episode 2. Ironic that the whole fam's back on good old Geonosis, but I feel like Obi-Wan totally should have rolled up with an accolade on it instead. Missed opportunity.
General Kenobi, don't land! The zone is hot!
But there's nowhere else to go! We're going down!
It's a good thing ships are so hit or miss on whether they blow up or just slide across the ground. Otherwise, we wouldn't have gotten this well-done crash landing. The animators are pretty much almost at their stride right now, and it's crazy how much better the Clone Wars looks with time. Let's take a second to appreciate all the fire-looking fire here, as opposed to this weird one from the Zillo Beast.
I think only Kenobi's forces made it through the flak to the landing zone.
Something I find really cool is that the flame troopers or whatever look the same as the ice troopers, I guess, that we saw in Trespass, other than the color and everything, which it's like, come on, is this helmet design and this little cape thing gonna insulate you that much? Probably. I guess that's the intention.
And what about Skywalker?
Skywalker's tanks are gone, and they're trying to contact General Kenobi's forces for support.
Load the injured onto the tanks. With any luck, we can meet up with Skywalker on his way to Kenobi's position.
Here, I'll translate. Keep aiming towards that general area.
Kenobi wants some support or not?
General Kenobi never reached the landing site.
One time I actually asked Obi-Wan for help. He's nowhere to be found.
What if something happened to General Kenobi? He could be injured
No time for that kind of talk.
Yeah, dude, she's got a point. Fucking relax, Jesus.
Hang on, though. Not that it's Obi-Wan's fault, but it's a good little chance to show how Anakin probably feels about a lot of the Jedi and help solidify his eventual turn on them. Trying to be strong in the moment and refusing to acknowledge the possibility of him losing anyone are different. Part of the reason I love the Reiko Hardeen arc so much is Anakin's batshit trauma is on full display.
We need to give Rex cover when we attack.
Got it.
Hey, I'm worried about him too. But you have to keep your mind in the here and now. Otherwise, we'll never be able to help Obi-Wan.
Psst. You know what, Matt Lanter? Nobody asked you.
Now!
So they completely abandoned the hexagons and the circles, and now it's this pattern. All right.
Oh, they show up from time to time. I'm not worried about these fuckers. Yeah, I still think their helmets look like armadillos.
Why do we always get the fun missions?
Getting back to the square is the fun part.
Waxer, Boyle, am I glad to see you.
How can you tell that's Waxer and Boyle? They look exactly the same as the rest of the clones.
Ah, but you see, my boy, Boyle is known for his trademark dope-ass mustache and gray thing over here in stripe combo, while Waxer can always be seen wearing this yellow triangle and stripe. Good to see you, my dudes. And also, you're not gonna fucking believe this, but we have 2 unique paint jobs for their armor. Can you imagine? And no, I don't mean the colors, I mean the actual camo-ish paint job.
Trapper and I are the only ones still alive.
God, that fucking sucks. So you're telling me you've been sitting here with all these dead bodies that you must have checked just to put them back upright and still manage to crack a bit of a smile when they find you? Also, you guys caught that little picture of Numa, right? The little Twilight girl they found in Innocence of Ryloth? Yeah, I see you.
Commander Cody's established the square just beyond this position. Bugs are on the move and trying to surround us as we speak, sir.
Yep, still regular mode, infrared mode, zoom in, zoom out, and max, min. Still good. I love weird alien weaponry noises. The whole green blob, weird speeder bike things make such cool sounds. It helps with the immersion in universe, but my brain can't help but try and isolate all the different weird lip noises because making these must have been so much fun for the sound team. This entire episode is shot so well, it feels like such a dramatic action movie in 20 minutes. I mean, if you have the entire arc at face value, we have a bunch of different genres in there. And man, what a banger. All right, play the episode.
Are you injured, General?
Nothing too serious. What's the situation here?
The enemy was more than prepared for our attacks, sir.
Well, I'm sure General Skywalker and General Mundi will make it to our position.
You know, how many times do we see blood in this show? Is it a lot? I can only think of one time specifically, when Dooku cut his life into pieces for Sidious at one time, but I don't remember these bloody scars on Obi-Wan. Neat. What's he doing?
Back there.
Just cutting these things down. I mean, yeah, you could say he's making way for the walkers coming through, but then why did you bother to cut this one all the way over here on the left? It is noteworthy of whatever character this fucker has to note that despite his injuries here, he's so gung-ho about leading his men onward by example and perseverance. Yeah, good job, Ice Cream Head, good job.
Negative, Captain. We will be unable to provide any air support at this time.
The mailbox is full and cannot accept any messages at this time. Goodbye.
Did Tom Kane just do this line read from home that day? Put some pep in that tone, you Lauren. There's shit going on out there.
There's a lot of background radio chatter added while the Admiral is speaking. That's pretty cool.
We have 3 attack forces on the ground and only 1 at the landing zone.
This is a planetary-wide invasion. If I divert resources to your position, it will mean sacrificing other areas of the campaign.
Jesus H. Christ, guys, it's left arm loosey-goosey weird head movements guy.
Roger.
Have you located General Skywalker's position?
We think he's somewhere along the eastern barrier.
That's not a barrier. It's a fortress.
This is another fine mess you've gotten us into.
You were supposed to study the holomap.
I did! Remember when I reminded you about the giant wall and you said, don't worry.
Don't
We
worry,
won't be
we're not going anywhere
near
near
that.
that. Just get ready to climb.
Man, Anakin is kind of an asshole this episode.
Are you sure this is the shortest way to the landing zone?
No, I'm not sure, Commander.
Dude, this music slaps.
Wait a minute. I have a wing vibration up ahead.
Ah, wing vibration. God, Geonosians are so fucking creepy. Ah, sweet baby Jesus! Talk about cool sound designs too. I know D. Bradley Baker does a lot of these weird noises, but there's a ton of cool different sound effects they use. They have some kind of penguin sounds mixed in there with a bunch of different other animal sounds too.
Antarctic penguins that I found in Melbourne at this island called Phillip Island. Mixed in with that as well, a couple of fruit bats.
Don't stop! We must push on! Forward!
Anyone else hear that weird underwater effect his voice has on forward?
Forward!
I don't know. Is that normal?
Ahsoka and I will handle this. Just be ready when that wall comes down.
Of course, unnamed clones get instantly shot down when the droids open fire, but they turn into stormtroopers when the Jedi are the ones being shot at. Plot armor for the win, I guess. There's no way this tiny little gadget is 1, able to exist at all. The length of this rope can't possibly fit into this water bottle sized handle, and 2, be able to hold these two up. Both are probably over 150 pounds, including their gear.
Yeah, but I mean, that's kind of how the Force works. I know we don't get much in way of assholes fighting style over here, but I'm pretty sure he uses form 2, Makashi. And it's thought of as an elegant form, but there's nothing elegant about this genocidal maniac, so, you know. I love how there's these weird kind of cricket bug noises in the background, just to remind you that these abominations exist in Star Wars.
How many droids have you shut down so far?
25.
25.
All the subtle rocks and debris falling with the explosions is another great touch on the animation front. Geez, man, I gotta say, the neck rest on that chair, that doesn't look comfortable. Oh, well, never mind then. Guess you don't have to worry about it.
Look for a hatch.
Found one.
This part always reminds me of Sonic bouncing around. Kinda sounds like it too.
Hey, did you get them?
Catch.
Huh?
Ah! Up and away.
Fucking Rex. Ah, these damn helmet animations again.
I didn't know the Force worked like airbending and you can just brace falls with it.
Yeah, maybe that's not how the Force works. Maybe that's how it should work, though.
Next time, just tell me to jump.
Now where's the fun in that? We're almost through! Bring in the flamethrowers!
This is War Crime number 574.
Oh, this is absolutely good old Republic war crime, baby. So these fucking guys come barreling along on their planet, invade the entire thing, and then come and incinerate them. Because Jedi fight for peace and defense, never an attack. I mean, yeah, okay, they're gonna kill you if you don't defend yourself, but I'd say flamethrowers are pretty high up there on the unnecessary suffering front. Because despite me calling them bugs all the time, they are indeed sentient. Sentient! Sentient! Piece of shit! You know what though? Maybe it was worth it to get us this decent looking fire animation. Sorry, Poggles fam.
What's that?
Master Bundy, do you read me?
Jesus, man, tell me you guys saw this guy just squirming around on fire on the ground when this clone finally decides to shoot him and finish the job. This is crazy to me, man. I know, it's a kid's show, but come on, man. Literally slap a human face on there, and everyone's like, no, we can't do that. Not for kids.
I can see the landing zone. It does not look good.
We're at the breaking point. You've got to get some fighters down here.
You are in luck, General Skywalker. I have one squadron available.
Yeah, figures when Anakin asks you got something. You're so wishy-washy with your relationship, man. I can't with the two of you.
Welcome to San Andreas, fool.
These A-Wings were seen leaving the cruiser in the establishing shot when Anakin was talking to Yularen. Pretty cool.
This shot feels right, Brian. It feels right. This move it that you hear is the same sound, which I'm sure is repeated more than once, but it's the same sound effect that we hear in the Zilla Beast Strikes Back with that clone who's basically at the fair about to see the Zilla Beast. I just thought you guys should know that. I'll point it out if I hear it again.
You'll need to take a small squad through the shield. Once the tanks knock out the shield, Master Mundi can bring the rest of the troops in with the gunships.
Man, James Arnold Taylor really did a good job at making Obi-Wan sound like he just got straight murked out there. Props to him.
All units are in position, sir.
Tell Skywalker to start the attack.
Ah, man, there's that sick music again. I just love the sound design in this show so much.
Yoink! Man, what a terrible way to go.
I think this is an animation error. These two droids get shot and fall down at the exact same time. I know that in animation you copy and paste some things in the background, but this one isn't even separated. They both just die at the same time. It's quite obvious that they pasted it and put it a few pixels apart from each other. Notice how unlike a lot of the previous shots at the start of the battle, this one with all of them charging at once is very stable, not too shaky, and it shows all the Geonosians fleeing. The camera work shows that the battle is now turned in their favor, and I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I would never be able to get away with this because of, you know, the damn copyright stuff, but that shot was incredible. Almost a 30-second long shot of them running through the fire, and it felt straight out of the cinema. In fact, it's a cool little nod to another long action shot from The Longest Day. I bet this whole thing wouldn't be hell for the damn copyright.
Droid poppers, ready!
Wait, why you no work no more?
Looks like it's working.
It won't last long. Bring up the tanks!
Who the fuck are you talking to? Your intercom isn't on that wrist.
Fucking dork.
I like how everyone is dusty and battered, but specifically with the red sand. Obi-Wan's probably the best example of this. His armor is usually white and beige, but it's almost orange right now.
You guys see this Geonosian just get straight murked off the cliff right here? Hey, there's those penguin sound effects that kind of sound like farts.
So, Master, what was your total?
Not now, Ahsoka.
Are you afraid you lost this time?
Fine. 55.
60. Looks like I won.
First of all, you're telling me from the wall until now, at 25, you guys only got like double that the entire time? Also, Ahsoka, lying isn't the Jedi way, you know? I find it hard to believe you got a perfect 5 more when you both should have had more. And are we counting the impaled Geonosians? If you guys missed this is a fun nod to the beginning of the episode, where Ahsoka only had 55 kills and Anakin had 76 on their mission. Also, if you notice in the back, you have this clone on a stretcher and his buddy calls someone over and he rushes to help, but it's just one of those gravity lifted ones. Which, why did you need help for that?
I'll never understand how you can simplify these battles into some kind of game.
65, Skywalker.
Sorry?
My total, 65. So what do I win?
My fucking boot behind that ice cream cone ass hat on the ground. You counting the Geonosians too, you punk ass? Hammer kids, hold me back!
My everlasting respect, Master Mundi.
Oh.
I forgot about this one. This nose art with this clone holding a scythe, and it says Grim Reaper right here. And I'm pretty sure this one in the back is one of a clone riding a missile that says, I come in peace.
Ironic. This is my favorite episode of the Clone Wars, which is why I asked OSW to join for this episode. And yes, it's pretty much just for the fact that the action is fucking insane. There's so much happening. The invasion was hyped up by Yularen narrating in the intro, and it lived up to the hype. It was massive.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, this arc was one of the only ones that I would constantly rewatch from these earlier 2 seasons, besides the occasional rookies, mostly for the action movie vibes. It's on par with a lot of the later seasons on that front. You know, one of the reasons that I instantly could tell you that this episode is a banger is just by looking at the sound file. I have this problem a lot when I'm editing, where the dialogue is so quiet and the actual action scenes are just like blow your speakers loud. So most of the time I try and equalize it a little bit, but this episode is just straight, it's just straight loud.
Something that I find really cool is that the battle isn't just a whole bunch of clips cobbled together. The shots, angles, and the dynamic of the battle are all paid attention to, and we see the story progress even when no one is speaking. You can still see what is happening and understand what is a massively chaotic event. It's just so fun to watch, and this episode in particular holds a special place in my heart from my childhood. I once binge watched this with my buddy when I was like 7, and when we got to landing at Point Rain, we were on the edge of our seats the whole time. TLDR, I love this episode. The action is unreal.
Another thing that's unreal is we get 4 whole episodes centered around this. Hell, 5 if you count Senate Spy, which kind of reminds me how Lair of Grievous is kind of a continuation of Cloak of Darkness, but not really. My favorite's gotta be Brain Invaders coming up. Damn, I can't wait for that nightmare fuel. Patron shoutouts. If you want to be one episode early, then consider becoming a patron. Link as always in the description down below. The biggest shoutouts to my commanders. Darth Drakmir the Greatest. Actually, a Geonosian who was raised as a Jedi swore revenge after the invasion on his home planet, was half related to Poggle the Lesser, and once the Separatists were defeated, led the future bug people to victory, I hear. Colonel Matt Army, who once declared in a speech to the Galactic Senate that painting graffiti on Republic ships should be considered vandalism and punishable by death, until they mysteriously vanished upon leaving Varium's ice cream shop from that last episode. Mr. Schnuffle the Impaler gave Anakin a run for his money on Geonosis by being the first Jedi that day to successfully decapitate a whopping 69 Geonosians. Only Anakin threw him a bag of spice for his troubles, hence the dirty look from Mundi earlier. And William Lynch the Deserter, a pilot during the invasion of this episode that, upon entering atmosphere and seeing one single shot go off, said, "Nah fam," turned around and also went to Varium's ice cream pizza parlor from the last episode. Damn Varian, place is poppin'. More huge shoutouts go out to my Master Jedis. Infriends Crumb, who holds the record for the fastest bug swatting ever seen in the galaxy. Marcus Fleischer, Obi-Wan's secret hairdresser that hangs out in his ships between shots on the battlefield. Nate, one of the best gunners on Geonosis that day, wound up getting a tattoo of a Geonosian on fire afterwards. Mundi thought he was pretty cool. Nephorax, secretly the clone doing weird head movements on that ship. Also secretly indeed one of the commando droids from Rookies, who's turning over a new leaf, apparently. Armagnacio1, the wise ass who thought those bugs couldn't aim, the same clone who was hanging for dear life until being grabbed up by a Geonosian in midair, and it was love at first sight. And Varium, who after seeing such success with that ice cream thing, wound up moving to Geonosis and setting up shop there. Ha, yeah, probably would have worked out though without the whole genocide thing. More huge shoutouts to my Jedi Knights. I guess I should say Knight. Korchin, it's all you, fam. You're gonna get your own patron shoutout at this point.
Well, if anyone wants to see more of my content, I overanalyze The Legend of Korra on my own channel. Thanks for having me, OSW.
Yeah, dude, for sure. Thanks for doing this with me. I had a lot of fun doing it. Let me and him know in the comments, I guess, on one of our videos if you guys want us to do this more often. I had a hell of a time doing it. And next up on the agenda is Weapons Factory. And then pretty soon we'll be at Brain Invaders. One of the best episodes in the Clone Wars. Yeah, I said it. Fight me. Love you guys. Thanks for sticking around and thanks for coming to the raid last week. It was pretty lit. I'll see you later. Don't ask.